Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Welcome back to another episode of Welfare Chronicles, TikTok edition. Today we're diving into the best and worst reactions to Trump's new EBT and Section 8 requirements. Kicking us off, we've got a woman shocked that her husband won't pay her $27K EBT debt because apparently marriage vows now include for richer, for poorer, and for government fraud.
Everyone has been asking me if my husband is going to help me out to pay the $27,000 that I owe to EBT, and he straight up told me no. He has more than $27,000 in his business account, and he says he's not going to help me out. He says, why should he help a person that in the 12 years we were together, I never cooked, never cleaned for him, never did his laundry, never did any of that. And I told him, it's to death do us part. Like, how could you just let me rot in prison? And that's why I decided to flee the country. He said I deserve everything that's coming for me. So I packed my bag, as you guys saw in the video, and I'm just gonna wait till nighttime so that I could, I'm gonna take a bus somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm going. So hopefully that clears the air for everyone asking me about why my husband isn't helping me. He simply just told me I've never done anything for him, so he's not gonna do anything for me, which is understandable. I'm not mad at him at all. I'm not telling him where I'm going because if there's a reward out there for my capture, I know he will turn me in.
That's not a debt, that's a mortgage. Imagine marrying someone thinking you're getting a partner, only to find out you're really just co-signing their food stamp empire. Honestly, at this point, the husband deserves a medal, not a bill. Next up, tragedy strikes. Ladies can no longer swipe food stamps for nails and lashes. Thoughts and prayers.
So just a PSA for anybody on EBT that has been paying for your nails, lashes, whatever it may be, with your EBT card. You can no longer do that. No. I just went to go get my nails, lashes, and eyebrows done. Went to go swipe my EBT card, and she tells me they no longer accept that. So not only are they taking away junk food, sugary drinks, they are giving us all a time limit with how long we can be on EBT. Now you can't get your nails done with EBT. So I had to use cash out of my pocket.
Ah yes, the founding fathers really did dream of this moment, people demanding their right to French tips and mink lashes on the taxpayer's dime. EBT stands for Electronic Benefit Transfer, not eyelashes, Botox, and tiaras. If your biggest tragedy in life is that your government card won't fund your salon day, congratulations, you've already won at life. Then we meet a woman with 5 kids, pregnant with her 6th, living in her car. She's basically one baby away from a TLC reality show.
So yes, I am pregnant. Pregnant with my 6th child. This is gonna be my 4th baby daddy. Yes, it's true. Yes, I am homeless. I'm living out of my car. I'm living out of hotels. I'm living from pillar to post, okay? I have no job. Yes, I have no job, okay? We listen and we don't judge. I have no job. I'm 35 years old, living out of my car, pregnant, not with the baby daddy, by myself. Could life get any worse? Possibly.
She's sitting there like, can life be worse? Well, yes, it could be worse for the taxpayers already bankrolling this circus. Everyone else has 2 jobs just to survive, but sure, let's all chip in so you can keep playing How Many Dependents Can I Collect? Another clip, another meltdown. Her $1,700 in food stamps got cut down to $120, and she's panicking because her kids need chips and soda like it's oxygen.
You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the food stamp offense, okay? Okay, hang on. Before I get myself worked up, I just came here to talk about how I went from literally $1,700 in food stamps for a family of 3, okay? I don't work. I stay home every day. I'm not able to work, so I should be getting the maximum amount. Especially because he needs cereal, chips, pop. He needs all that. And I need my energy drinks. So I'm not going to have this taking me down from that much. And they took me all the way down to $120, which they didn't even tell me why. I just got this notice in here. It says they were cutting me back on food stamps. So now I'm really going to have to cut back on everything. He's not going to be able to have his pop no more. He's not going to be able to have his cereal every day for breakfast and his chips that he eats all day long. Wow. Great. Thanks.
$1,700 a month in food stamps, that's more than most families spend on groceries with their own money. And she's upset it got cut to $120 because apparently soda and chips are essential nutrients. Imagine working 40 hours a week, eating ramen, while your tax dollars buy someone else's Cheetos and Monster Energy. Meanwhile, someone else just found out EBT doesn't cover rent. Who knew electronic benefit transfer didn't stand for everyone's bills taken?
So my landlord just left my house. I get a knock at the door. It's Saturday, a little bit before noon. I open it. It's my landlord. I'll let her in. She hands me this. She's giving me 24-hour notice that Section 8 is not paying my June rent tomorrow. Rent is due tomorrow. $1,100. $1,100. She expects me to come up with. Because they are no longer paying my rent, I have to pay it out of my pocket. I don't work. I'm not going to work. I will never have a job, ever. How does the government expect me to keep a roof over my 6 kids' head without Section 8? Just because I've been on it for 13 years doesn't mean I don't need it anymore. I need it now more than ever. $1,100. And you expect me to come up with that in 24 hours. Or I have to get out. So pretty much I'm going to be out on the streets. Because there's no way I can come up with $1,100.
Only in America can someone act betrayed because their EBT card doesn't double as a rent check. Sorry, but Section 8 and food stamps aren't a 2-for-1 deal. If you're banking on welfare to handle every bill, maybe budgeting isn't your strong suit. Up next, ladies treating EBT like it's a black Amex card, flexing at the store while taxpayers pick up the tab.
Let's go to Costco, family of 6 that receives food stamps.
Come grocery shop with us. Which ones do y'all be eating?
I'm gonna go look for trash cans because mine broke and I really want the side-by-side ones. So let's go see if they have them. Buddy, grab it. These kids are absolutely driving me bonkers in the store. In and out of Costco, stuck to my list pretty well, and ended up spending $375, and then we have to go pick up a Walmart order for $65, $440 total. It wasn't enough that I spent $440, but Walmart decided to not give me some of my items.
Oh, and y'all, by the way, I'm shopping for Tiffany plate because I'm about to eat that too. This ain't for Tiffany, this for tacos. This is for Tiffany.
Got to check on me so it's straight. Hold on.
That's why I'm killing.
They're treating EBT like it's a lifestyle brand, #welfare chic. But recording yourself shopping with food stamps is peak comedy. It's not a flex when the cashier and half the country are footing the bill. TikTok clout shouldn't come with a taxpayer receipt. We even have a tutorial on TikTok about how to start a farmhouse with food stamps. Homestead, but make it welfare chic.
Of messages asking me how to purchase a farm using EBT. So if you have EBT and you want a farm, then watch this video. If you don't have EBT and you don't wish to acquire by having a farm, don't watch the video. Even though I know you're still watching, because you're going to get up here and complain. We know how y'all do. But this is for the ones who want a farm. So I had so many hateful comments like, oh, you're such a disgrace. You're such a welfare queen and you're teaching everybody how to use the system and blah, blah, this and that. Oh, gosh, really? Do you think I would get on this app and do anything that I'm not allowed to do? All right, first things first is you will look on your state's Adopt a Lot website. That's one of the ways. So do you know how there's so many abandoned properties and abandoned lots? Well, depending on your state, they are willing to get rid of those. So if you take care of that lot for 2 years and you have proof that you've been taking care of that lot, at the end of the 2 years, you can purchase that land for $50. That's what we have here. It's called Adopt a Lot. Google it for your area. I do not live in y'all states. I live in Alabama, so I can tell you what it's called in my state. You have to do some of the work yourself in Google for your state. Once you have your lot, okay, there are so many programs out there to help low-income families get a home. What I didn't go through any of those programs. I just got my credit together, and at the time when I purchased my main house, I was only making like $13 an hour as a police officer. Yeah, I know. But I know here, the Salvation Army has programs here that helps first-time homeowners, and they don't even have to put any money down. I didn't go through a program, but I didn't have to put any money down on my house. I actually got money back, which was cool because I used that money to purchase things like for the farm, like the fence and all that, the cattle fencing. Or what you can do is get a tiny home. I have this tiny home, and I believe this one was like $10,000, $9,000. And you can build it however you want to build it, right? This will be a better option for some. And they have some that has upstairs and downstairs. And I think the lowest payment you'll be paying is probably like $100 and something or $200 a month for a home. That's not bad, right? And you can put it on your lot. So here's when the EBT part comes in. Let me show you. All of your fruit trees, all of your seeds, all of your plants, all of these things, this is what you're going to use your EBT for. You're going to purchase all these plants, like the potatoes. This is potatoes. The potatoes that's growing in this bin right here, they came from a bag of grocery store potatoes. You let them grow eyes on it, and you throw them in the dirt, and you're going to grow a ton more. There go a ladybug.
Starting a farmhouse with EBT stamps. Finally, the American dream. From welfare to ranch owner, all courtesy of taxpayers. Forget hard work, just swipe the card and build your empire. And here's one just straight up dancing through Walmart while spending $3,000 like she just hit the lottery. Spoiler, she kinda did. Nothing screams gratitude like twerking in the frozen food aisle while dropping $3 grand of taxpayer money. People are rationing eggs, but she's got a Walmart cart stacked higher than the national debt. Welfare queens used to be a stereotype. Now they're a TikTok dance challenge. Then comes the queen of entitlement. 7 kids, 4 baby daddies, and somehow she thinks beauty comes with a government stipend.
Y'all think I'm gonna look this pretty and not have kids? Y'all think y'all the only one that's ever approached me and wanted to like be with me? No. I have 7 kids for a reason. I have 4 baby daddies for a reason. You just don't get a pretty girl like this that don't have all these kids. I'm not asking you to take care of my kids. I said take care of me. In the video I said get my nails done, I need a new oil change and stuff like that. I never said take care of my kids. I get $2,100 in food stamps. My kids not hungry. My kids have Medicaid insurance. They good. I'm talking about me.
She's basically pitching motherhood as a beauty hack. 7 kids later, 4 baby daddies in rotation, and somehow the taxpayers are her silent sponsors. Ma'am, Sephora sells moisturizer. It's cheaper than raising a small army. Meanwhile, another couple laughs off the question, what do you do? With the very honest answer, we don't.
What do I do for work? I don't. I'm professionally disabled. And his job is
taking care of the professionally disabled.
He gets paid for taking care of me. Instead of doing it for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let's be for real, sometimes taking care of you. I have to feed you. I have to make sure you're bathed sometimes I have to take you out for enrichment.
You sometimes have to dress me because I won't dress myself.
Yeah, you're literally not dressed now.
You have to make sure that I take my socks off because sometimes I forget I'm wearing socks and then I cry about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, are you wearing socks? And then I look down and I'm wearing socks and then I stop crying.
Mm-hmm. And I have to make sure you take your medication.
Yeah.
And I have to clean up after you because you're incapable of doing both physically and mentally. I have to do your laundry because you can't get up and down the stairs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who are these people who think I don't do anything is a personality trait? It's not cute, it's not quirky, it's straight up parasitic. These aren't citizens, they're dependents of the entire working class. A whole new category of entitlement. This one admits she lied to get food stamps, bragged about it on TikTok, and is now shocked people are mad. Imagine committing fraud and then dropping a tutorial.
I lied on my food stamp case and I told them I was homeless, and I told them that I didn't have anything, I was homeless, I didn't have nowhere to go, blase blase. And I told them that I wasn't working, so when I first started getting my food stamps, I started getting like $400 a month just for myself. So I'm just thinking everything cool, you know, like, okay, I'm getting my food stamps, nothing happened, you know, so I decided to come on TikTok and tell people, like, if you're trying to get food stamps, you can lie to them and, you know, nothing will happen. So that was a very bad mistake that I made, lying to them. And I really don't give a f*** about saying, because a lot of people saying you have lashes on.
She straight up admits to fraud, laughs about it online, and thinks she's untouchable. Imagine working overtime, losing half your paycheck to taxes, and then hearing this woman brag she lied to get benefits and proudly taught others to do the same. That's not survival, that's theft. And she's treating it like a resume builder. We've also got a mall meltdown when she learns EBT doesn't cover sushi rolls, just the government-approved ramen diet.
Get down there. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't do this. They don't take it for none of the chips. None of the chips. None of the food.
I can't bring no more.
Only these. It's ridiculous.
A woman who's on EBT took to the internet to show her frustration with the new restrictions on junk food.
You're gonna have to come back.
Do it again.
Okay, we're only gonna be able to get the vegetables. Then we'll see what these out. We can only get the broccoli now. Broccoli, the vegetables. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Me too.
We're gonna have to come back. Okay, this is all. Everything else.
Yeah, too.
We'll have to go back. All of it.
Throwing a tantrum because your government card won't buy everything on the menu is wild. You're not being punished. You're just being told to pick from the kids' menu of life for once. One woman swears food stamp cuts are a conspiracy to turn people into criminals. Netflix, are you taking notes?
The reason why the government is cutting off all the Medicaid, the food stamps and everything is so we could turn to criminals, so we could all end up in jail.
She really believes fewer food stamps equals more crime. By that logic, the way to prevent crime is to hand out endless snack cards. Forget police and laws, just load everyone's EBT with Red Bull and hot Cheetos. Another rant. A mall Karen called her out for having $85 nails while on EBT. Breaking news, folks. Acrylic isn't a food group.
This lady at Walmart got mad at me for using my EBT and having my nails done. So this lady was standing behind me and I was getting ready to pay, and of course I take out my EBT card because what else am I gonna pay with? And then she's like, ma'am, I love your nails, how much did they cost? I'm like, oh, these were like $85. And then once she sees me taking out my card, she starts bitching. She's like, you paid $85 for your nails, but you need EBT to pay for your groceries? I'm like, yes, bitch. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you can't have your nails done and be on EBT. I didn't know that was such a crime. I told her to mind her business because it's nobody's business but my own what I do with my money. At this point, y'all just mad because you don't qualify for EBT and other people do. Stay mad though.
Her defense is basically, I didn't know nice nails disqualified me from food stamps. Of course it doesn't, because technically, common sense should. If you've got salon money, maybe start with sandwich money. Then comes the heartbreaking discovery. You can't buy pre-made food with EBT. Guess it's back to cooking?
And according to them, as I went to go purchase these croissants off of the shelf, you can no longer purchase them with your EBT card because it's pre-baked.
Sorry, but if you can press add to cart, you can also press on a stove. It's called cooking. Civilizations have been doing it for thousands of years. Finally, we hear about a family legacy. 50 years of vouchers passed down like heirlooms, complete with fake asthma.
I went into a lady's house for an inspection, and she said, I've had my voucher for 50 years. I made sure that I got my daughter on a voucher. I made sure I got my granddaughter on a voucher. I couldn't get my son on a voucher, so I told them that he had asthma. You can't prove asthma or migraines.
50 years on vouchers. At that point, it's not assistance, it's a family heirloom. Passing it down to the daughter and granddaughter like it's grandma's pearls, and when the son couldn't qualify, easy fix. Fake asthma. Nothing says tradition like generational fraud. And there you have it, America's bravest soldiers fighting the good fight, ERA, for pre-made meals and Section 8 vouchers. If these end times keep getting wilder, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you don't want to miss the next battlefield update.